Very good evening to you. I'm Lisa Broom. This is the CBC Evening News. The Barbados Water Authority and the Ministry of Agriculture are adopting a new approach to tackling a host of water-related issues affecting Barbados. However, in light of climate change concerns, the island could be swiftly moving towards water desalination in the future.
Over the past few weeks, several rural parishes have been affected by extreme water outages, which are being blamed on a serious water shortage on the island. As a result, the Barbados Water Authority, along with the Ministry of Water Resource Management, is rolling out a $3.5 million plan to tackle the issue. It's called an immediate response mechanism and was announced by Minister Dr. David Estwick.
How we plan to execute this is by introducing within the catchment area that is being serviced by a particular reservoir that is being compromised. We will deliver a series of community tanks into that area. These community tanks that will be delivered into the area will be placed at particular locations within that community, and these tanks would be then refilled and refilled again over by the various water tankers coming into the area to refill the community tanks, as opposed to people having to be running behind a water tanker to access water.
An immediate to short-term response is also in the works, which will take between a month and 6 weeks to implement. It includes new pumping and borehole systems. The BWA will also be seeking to increase the output from existing water resources. The system will also see the use of additional wells.
One of these wells we are speaking to is the Groves well, and which we are looking to put in new pumping systems and have the water from that new Grove well move to supply and augment the supply to Golden Ridge. Therefore, being able to supply from Golden Ridge to Castle Grant, and Castle Grant is the one that supplies St. Thomas and St. Andrews.
BWA Acting General Manager Dr. John Mwanza says, although progress has been seen so far, the upcoming projects will take some time to be properly implemented. Minister Estwick says a long-term solution to local water woes will ultimately be solved by a large-scale desalination project, which is slated for 2017. He says as a result of rapid climate change, issues with rainfall on the island may only just be starting, and long-term adjustments will be needed. Kent Jerson, CBC News.
A new date has been set for the integration of the public service vehicle sector into Barbados's public transport system. It's been extended from the proposed November 1st, as we hear from Kishma Singist.
The new date, announced by Minister of Transport Michael Ashley, is December 1st. Under the pilot, the PSV sector and the Transport Board will share 3 routes. Despite some criticism, Mr. Lashley is confident the program will help transform Barbados's transportation system. He told those gathered at the Combermere School Hall that meetings with stakeholders have been staged. The next step will be to take to communities where the pilot will commence.
Particularly the Sturgis and of course Edie Village and Martins Bay. Those areas we will have some other meetings so that we can go to the public and really further discuss and distill this project properly to the public.
Mr. Lashley says government appreciates the contribution the PSV sector has played in transport in Barbados, but maintains that standards must be set. An update was also provided on the proposed river terminal.
Concomitant with this project is the development of the new river terminal. And again, I know that your operators will say, I've heard about that river terminal from time it was very advanced since 1985 or since in the 80s or the 90s. But we have received the town planning permission to go ahead with the building of a new river terminal. And that new river terminal, of course, will again lend to some order some order and some orderly way of you all carrying out your business.
Chairman of the Transport Authority, Abdul Pandor, says various other options, including privatization, could have been considered to improve the transportation system. He says the PSV service integration pilot project was the best option.
I believe that given a chance, this integration between the two sectors can be a learning curve for the betterment of the transport system. God willing, we will give it our best shot, and we hope that this can be a precursor to the future improvement of the transport system in Barbados.
The Minister and the Transport Authority were later placed in the hot seat, fielding questions from the audience. Ingrid King queried how the routes were selected.
We're interested in knowing if some sort of study was done that suggested that these might be typical routes, or if any study has been done to speak about the demographics, travel patterns, and so on these particular routes that might have made them eligible for inclusion in the project.
Transport officials say public safety is of high importance, and they are trying their best to instill discipline. Kishma Senjis, CBC News.
Well, police are on the hunt for an armed bandit who robbed a service station this morning in the north of the island. According to Acting Public Relations Officer Station Sergeant Roland Cobbler, around 9 minutes after 7, a lone gunman stormed a Rubis service station at Bentham's in St. Lucie, robbing the cashier of an undisclosed sum of money. The gun-wielding bandit then fled the scene. This service station at Bentham's was robbed by bandits just last month. Police are asking anyone who may have knowledge of this incident to contact the nearest police station. Breast Cancer Awareness Month got off to a promising start as thousands of Barbadians came out to the annual National Walk for Breast Cancer Awareness. From all indications, it was a tremendous success as the association continues to promote their message of hope for those affected by breast cancer.
The Warren St. Michael area was transformed into a sea of pink as up to 13,000 people converged for the annual National Walk for Breast Cancer Awareness. This year's event, sponsored by the Breast Screening Program and CIBC First Caribbean, featured a 10K run as well as a 5K walk and run. Beginning and ending in the Warrens area, participants included Barbadians and visitors of every age group. Office manager of the BCS's screening program, Monique Hines, says the initiative, which began in 1999, has seen a significant increase in interest from corporate Barbados and individuals. She believes this indicates a growing awareness of breast cancer across the island.
What happens is that so many people are becoming more aware of what is happening to their neighbor, and is encouraging others to share their experiences with breast cancer. So that is one of the things that we want to achieve for the walk, and more women are coming forward to have their mammograms done. So as we said, early detection is your best protection, and it's evident here, and the support has been tremendous, and we could not have done it without the public of Barbados.
Organizers were also impressed with the number of males who supported the event.
We all are affected in some way, whether it's a family member, a workmate, your neighbor, and you never know when it can affect you, whether it's breast cancer or any other kind of cancer. So that's why I'm here, because again, you never know when it can be you, when it could be your turn or someone you know. I think it's in all of us, and you feel good. So in addition to giving to the cause, you actually have that feeling of, you did something, you played your part. So that's why I'm here.
I like to think I am a well-informed person, so I didn't know that I come to this, you know what I mean? There's a good cause for years. It maybe some people reaching a little late, but we've been in this thing a long time, so enough respect. It's not a women's thing, it's all a we thing,
Amid the entertainment and fanfare, organizers stressed the importance of eventually finding a cure for breast cancer. They noted that breast cancer awareness pointed not only to the recognition of the condition, but to fulfilling a greater long-term goal. Sean Farrell, CBC News.
Lightning is suspected to be the cause of a house fire this evening at Sargent Village, Christchurch. Reports are that the blaze started around 19 minutes after 3 and extensively damaged a timber structure owned by Junior Best. Officials say another timber structure adjoining that property was slightly damaged along the roof trimming from radiated heat. That house was owned by Stacia Best. No one was at home at any of the two residences at the time of the blaze, and there are no reported injuries. 2 tenders and 7 officers under the command of Station Officer Denton Foster responded to the blaze. The state-owned postal service is being used more now for goods purchased from overseas. This revelation from Postmaster General Nigel Cobham during a service yesterday at the Nazarene Church in Culmarock to mark the start of Postal Month. He acknowledged that while the post office is no longer the medium of choice, there has been an uptick in business-related activity.
You're now moving a lot of packages from persons who order stuff on the internet, especially from China and Hong Kong and Singapore. So that has sort of offset the loss of business that we would have experienced through the loss, through the slowing down of social mail.
We'll have more news ahead, but first we want your take on this question. Should Barbadians be encouraged to install more water-saving and storage devices? Text yes or no to short code 8111. We'll have the results for you at the end of the news.
Hi, this is Nicholas Branker, inviting you to join me on a musical journey at City Nights Influences.
At City Nights, you'll groove to Bob Marley, Miles Davis, Roberta Flack, and many others, all interpreted by Nicholas Branker, as well as his own hits. Also on stage will be Bajan stars Edwin Yearwood, Biggie Irie, Alison Norville Ford, and more. Showtime 8 p.m. at the Frank Collymore Hall, October 10th and 11th. Tickets at $80 at ticketpal.com or any TicketPal outlet.
See you all at City Nights Influences at the Frank Collymore Hall.
Hi, I'm Red Plastic Bag. Anyone who knows me knows I don't like cold. Sunshine reigns in my country. I love it.
Your week just got better with season 2 of the Tony Thorne Show. With new faces.
All the way from Vincy. What's up, it's your girl Nikita.
Yeah, this is Peter Ram. This is Marvin. Yo, this is King Baba.
Against the all, you watching Tony Thorne Show.
New experiences. And new topics right here on CBC TV 8. So tune in.
A challenge to Barbadian students from the Minister of Education: do not surrender to the negatives. Ronald Jones also wants them to take hold of their lives. The words of encouragement came during a service to mark Education Month at the Christchurch Parish Church. The Education Minister also wants Barbadians to stop crying down the youth. He says some of the problems seen now did not occur overnight.
I abhor the hypocrisy of our society. It annoys me to no end. Every young person must be blamed for everything that happens in our country, that happens in the world.
Mr. Jones says there are some behaviors being exhibited by young people that must be changed.
But how do we change that? I cannot tell you in the instant how we can. But what I know is that it takes a collective voice and it takes collective action to make a difference. To identify who those persons are, reason with them, talk with them, make them understand that what they do now follows them through life.
And Pastor Dwight Saul, while delivering the sermon, encouraged school children to follow their dreams. He wants them, especially young women, to respect themselves.
If a woman will respect herself and let any man know, you can't come around me with foolishness. You can't sis at me, street girl, browning, reds, listen, come cross here. You understand? Was you WhatsApping? You know, who do you talk to, the dog? If young ladies in our schools will stand up for who they are and say, if you want to talk to me, brush your teeth. Come here. Look decent. Then, possibly, You can talk to me.
Well, the use of technology in school has received a thumbs up from students involved in the 2015 Cape Shepherd Card Services Back to School promotion. Director of Card Services Alison Brown Ellis says the card team was pleased with the essays submitted by students about using technology in and around the classroom. She says one of the 8-year-old entrants, Danielle Lane Ward, saw the benefits of using the Kindle to help with classwork.
Our teacher, Mr. Cummins, gave us summer homework assignments to learn our timetables from 2 to 25. Wow. My mother tried almost for 4 weeks to get me to learn them, but she did it what Auntie would call the old-fashioned way. My mother got tired of this and gave up and came up with another idea where she downloaded math games onto a Kindle.
Ms. Brown Ellis shared samples of the winning essays while presenting prizes to the July and August winners and the grand prize winner. She says the Cape Shepherd card team has been able to have more students involved in the competition.
You will all enjoy your prizes, and we ensure you that we remain committed to working with high-quality partners to give back to you at every opportunity. To our promotion sponsors, called A1 Supermarkets, we sincerely thank you for your valued support, and we look forward to working closely with you in the near future.
The Junior Chamber International is continuing to encourage the youth to see the importance of personal development in their lives. It comes as the group held a workshop for 16 to 25-year-olds entitled The Best Me. President of JCI, Khalid Holder, gave the rationale for the creation of the workshop, which forms part of Project Me.
Project Me was envisioned in 2014 to equip young persons like yourselves with some of the tools that are necessary to improve our lives and cultivate 21st century skills, develop your personal brand, and sell that brand to improve your employability and competitiveness.
In her address, Crystal Austin encouraged the attendees to pursue their dreams despite difficult circumstances.
Situations will happen that will be good, some not so good. But you have that choice within you to decide how you react to things and where you stay within yourself, what posture you take, what perspective of the things you take. Is it half empty or half full?
Still to come, we'll look at some of the stories making headlines across the region. But first, we want to hear from you on this question. Should Barbadians be encouraged to install more water saving and storage devices? Text yes or no to short code 8111. We'll have